Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Ink and Fig. My name is Alex, and today we are doing my March Lunar TBR. I've been really looking forward to making this video because I've been slamming through my February TBR once again. I don't know how I've been reading so much this year, but I'm just riding the wave right now. It's been so much fun. So, I need a new list of books to get excited about. Now, if you're new here and you haven't joined us for Lunar TBR before, basically what this is a game kind of like Trivial Pursuit, but we do it with the lunar cycle instead of a game board, and we play with tarot cards to give us our prompts. And that's how we're gonna pick our reading list, or how we're gonna pick my reading list anyway. If you'd like to play along, let me know, because I would love to see what you guys are reading and to see how you're playing the game, because I think that would be a lot of fun. Let's get into it. I'm going to try something a little bit different today. I booted up my old phone, so I'm gonna try dual filming this so you can get better audio from that camera and still make it out of here with all of the visual that you need. You will notice here that we are starting up on the full moon up here. I went ahead and colored all the moons in that I have already completed throughout the year. So I got these 3 done in January, and this one I am working on just now in February. I only just started tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, so it's going to be a little while yet until I actually finish that book. But we've got this whole ring down here, and including this one. This is the new moon. It already has gold on it, and we're just going to vibe with it for now. That moon has not yet been completed yet, so that's where we're going to hopefully end up eventually. So these 4 moons are all fair game. So without further ado, let's get started. 2. All right. Well, we're going to start heading over towards the other moons up there. Today for tarot cards, I'm going to be using the Dungeons & Dragons tarot deck. They have got D20s on the back, and frankly, the art's very cool. Now, I'm just looking at this, and I haven't shuffled this ever. So we're going to go ahead and do that a couple times here really quick. I'm hoping that's pretty well shuffled. Even if not, we're gonna get started. This is the it's a king anyway. They seem to just have symbols on them rather than actual suits. So, oh, interesting. Okay, so the minor arcana in this deck are grouped by stats. So there's minor arcana strength, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. How fascinating. So I have the King of Charisma, which we love to see. I'm just going to see what order they're usually in, and I'm going to line them up with this. Okay, so we're going to say that charisma is cups. So, read a book with LGBTQ2S plus representation. Okay, sick. We can do that. What I'm going to go for is Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. I started reading this book somewhere in the middle of the pandemic, and I had borrowed it from the library, and it had a bunch of holds on it, so I had to give it back. So I actually have not read more than the first chapter of this book. It was stunning at the time and very gay, and I think that now would be an awesome opportunity to get back into it, honestly. So that's going to be my pick for my first book. Okay, here we go. We're going to go in for roll number 2. 3. I think we're gonna go down here just to keep us sort of in the right vicinity of the stuff we're trying to get. Okay. Just gonna give it a quick one. Here we go. The High Priestess loves me lately. We've gotten this a couple of times in a couple of different decks. So if I'm not mistaken, the High Priestess is read a book with a spiritual element. Okay, so what I'm going to read for a book with a spiritual element is going to be White Horse by Erica T. Worth. This book is about a woman who identifies herself as an urban native, and she loves rock and roll, sort of stuff of that nature. And she ends up coming into possession of a family heirloom that sort of invokes the spirit of her mother. And I imagine she's going to have to reconcile some sort of deeper family lore in this book. It sounds kind of on the verge of horror, and I'm into that, even though it is March. So I think this is going to be what I'm going to read for the High Priestess this month. So, If it's all the same to the spirits that be here, I would love it if I could have a not repeat card. 4. Do I backtrack or do I go forward? I'm gonna go forward. Okay, so we're going to go here. Like, I just feel like I'm getting the same cards over and over again, and I would love to be able to give you something else. We have the Chariot, which, again, I think we have gotten before. Okay, the Chariot is read a book with more than 400 pages. You know, I'm kind of like eyeing a little life, and I'm like, I don't know if on top of Girl, Woman, Other, that's going to be terribly feasible, because both of those are very long books. Ooh, 460 something. Okay, I think I'm going to try this one. This is called Six Suspects by Vika Swarup. This is by the same guy who wrote Slumdog Millionaire, so you may have heard of that if you haven't heard of this. And it sounds like a murder mystery set in like a rich Indian estate, I guess. It kind of sounds like an And Then There Were None kind of situation, wherein we've got a bunch of like well-to-do people having a dinner party, and then one of them dies, and then they have to like figure out who did it. So a very interesting concept for me, an Indian whodunit. That sounds really cool, and I'd love to get to know what that's all about. So with 460 some pages, 470 pages, this passes muster for the Chariot. I can't help but notice that I have not yet gotten a moon, which is kind of interesting, because typically by this point I have a couple, but this is what happens the further we get into a round is, oh, another 4. I'm gonna go back to where I was over here. Okay, so no moons this month. But this is kind of what happens when we get further into Lunar TBR, is like for the first month we have 3 moons, and then the more moons are knocked off the board, the harder it becomes to get one. So that's where the long game for this comes in. Okay. What do we got? The Fool. Read an audiobook. Oh my gosh, okay, that's wicked. I am logged in. Look at that. Okay, so story time. I have always said that I'm never going to be a person who's going to read Sarah J. Maas, simply because I've heard enough about the plots of those books that I'm like, that just doesn't seem my style. That said, I am on a wait list for Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm not promising anything, but I have it on audiobook and I'm going to give it a shot. However, that is a 15-week waitlist, and I need something now. So we're going to hit audiobooks, and we're going to filter by what is currently available, because that seems like a good idea. What is available at this time that actually looks interesting? Am I here for romance at all? Because The Princess and the Fangirl kind of sounds like it might be up my alley. Oh, it's a skip the line copy for 7 days. Okay, so I can't do that. I did see another one on the list. There, I think. There we go. There. It is currently available, and I have it for 21 days. All right, we're gonna get that one. I know nothing about this except for the fact that I've seen the cover before. So I think that's going to be where I'm going to leave it, is I'm not going to look anything up. I'm going to be surprised, and we're just going to see what happens. So now that we have finally picked all of our books, let's go through them. So we have no moons this year. We're just kind of noodling around the board, and that is totally fine. I'll give you a little book stack action right here. Love to see it. So our first book is going to be for the King of Charisma, or the King of Cups, and that is going to be Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. Finally, I'm actually really excited to get back into this one. Like, is there somewhere I can stack these that you'll be able to see them and that they won't fall over? Let's try right in the middle. Okay, so we got that one. 4. The High Priestess, a book with a spiritual element. We're going to be reading White Horse by Erica T. Worth. Also excited about this one because I got it a couple months ago, and I think I was even hoping to read this one last year, and I just didn't get to it because, like, my brain got fried. So I'm excited to finally get there this year. 4. The Chariot, a book with over 400 pages. We're going to be reading Six Suspects by Vika Swarup. I love a good mystery. I'm hoping this will be spicy in a very good mystery way. And then The Fool, we're gonna be reading There by Tommy Orange. Thank you so much for joining me today. I think that is it for today. If you enjoyed this video, go down below and leave a like and leave me a comment and tell me what books you're hoping to get to in March, because I would love to hear what everybody else is reading. And yeah, I think that's it for today. I will see you in the next one. Bye.